One of the things that we've done when we've been helping applicants apply for strings is to help them think about how they're going to choose the best one to represent their business. We've got three categories of types of applicants. The first are very large organisations that have wanted to secure the representation of their existing .com presence, usually in the stock exchange representation of their name or in a similar version of it which is trademarked and protected. We've also had very large organisations wanting to apply for generic strings, and the biggest issue that they've had is not that they are not experts in their industry, which of course they are, but that they're absolutely new to the legacy issues around ICANN application processes. We've also supported the city of Moscow in their bid for 2 strings, one easier than the other for those of us who don't speak Russian. And the biggest issue our Moscow clients have had, of course, is managing the vast amount of data only being provided in English. The decision for any applicant to decide to apply for a new top-level domain is not an inconsequential decision. It is filled with unknowns, it is filled with variables, it is filled with vast cost, and it is filled with, frankly, unknown answers that even now, even so close to the end of the application window being ready to close, we don't know the answer to those questions. For example, we don't know the audience for whom we're writing the answer to the questions. Who are the evaluators? For other applicants, the decision to apply has been driven by a number of things. One is the CEO says go and get it, spend as much money as you need, but go and do it by Friday. The key to the good decision making is early and often discussion with the whole of an organisation. How do we make sure that the business story satisfies ICANN requirements for a stable and secure operation of, frankly, in many cases, a very small business over a very long time? Of course, one of the ironies of the system is question 50, and we all know very well why question 50 and the continuing operations instrument has come into being. It's a reflection of a legacy issue that ICANN had with a failing registrar, which had dire consequences for many end-user registrants many years ago. That continuing operations instrument has caused our developing economy, non-North American, non-European clients from all over the world enormous trouble. Gathering support for a TLD is a dual-faced problem. The first is gathering internal support within an organisation to make sure that there has been correct sign-off and correct budget allocation and correct understanding of risk by any board that might be considering the opportunity of applying for a TLD. Gathering support from outsiders as we go into the process is actually almost impossible to do. Without a registrar channel, without a direct understanding of how your names are going to be sold or distributed, you won't have a business. The most exciting aspect of this new TLD process is that it's new. Really new, front of the curve. The most exciting part about dealing with a wide array of applicants across many, many different countries and cultural traditions is really getting to grips with why people think TLDs are such a great idea. And I'm particularly excited to be working with our clients that are using scripts that are not ASCII. Choose your time, be careful about your target market, do far more preparatory work than you think is necessary.
I think one of the learning processes of this new application process for ICANN has been concerned with rights protection. Rights protection has been a fundamental part of the early conversations that took place while we were planning the process, and ICANN has introduced some very good elements of rights protection. One of these, of course, is called Sunrise. This is the period where trademark owners around the world have the opportunity to apply in advance of others to secure their trademarks as a domain name within the new top-level name, the TLD. We started digging down and looking at what a good Sunrise policy should be like. One of the things we discovered was that the models that had been out there previously had had mixed results, some quite good, some extraordinarily complicated. And Our main learning process, I think, was looking at what they had done and coming up with a model process for Sunrise ourselves. In essence, it's two components, the Sunrise A and Sunrise B. Sunrise A is somehow connected with the policy of the TLD. So for instance, if the TLD is to do with a city or a country or a particular industry sector, what that would mean is that the first Sunrise period, the Sunrise A period, would give priority to trademarks that are connected with that city or that country or that industry. And then Sunrise B kicks in, where it's more freely open to any other trademarks. Who are trademark owners? What is the eligibility? Trademarks exist as word marks, but also as logos. Should logos be included? And if so, what are the elements within that you include? We know that in the past, there were some cheats out there. And even in the Sunrise process, designed for genuine rights protection owners, those cheats get in, something that has led us to develop what we hope is going to be one of the most robust Sunrise policies and models to follow by our clients and indeed many others. Thank you.